Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Tech Chit Chat Show. If you're new here, my name is Ken. You can find me on Northern Viking Everyday and Northern Viking Explorer on YouTube. I am here with my co-host Stephen Loney on YouTube and 8-Bit Warrior on Twitter. Good evening, Stephen. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm doing well. I'm doing
Morning.
well.
What are you talking about? Evening.
Oh wow, yeah. We usually film in the morning. Good evening. I am doing okay, thank you. Yeah. How about yourself this fine evening?
I'm doing good. I'm not used to the 10-second countdown. We jumped into this a lot quicker than usual.
Yeah, we did.
We usually have 30 seconds to be ready for this.
I know. We're changing things up.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the Tech Chit Chat Show. If you haven't joined us before, we like talking about tech. We usually get together, drink coffee, and talk about tech. And today we're going to be doing that with you. Cheers there, Stephen.
Yeah, cheers. Tonight it's tea, not coffee like we do in the mornings.
Yeah, I can't sleep if I drink coffee at this time.
No,
I probably should have made some fun uncle cup there.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, we've got a good show for you tonight. We are going to be chatting about a major Windows update for Windows 11. We're also going to be talking about Nvidia and them cranking up your resolution. We're going to be talking about iSIMs, and as well, we're going to be talking about YouTube videos busting phones, or at the very least crashing them. So
yeah,
that is what we are talking about this evening. If you are watching on the replay, you can check out the timestamps in the description below if you're watching on YouTube. So, Stephen, what happens when we hit 100 subscribers?
Yeah, so at 100 subscribers, we are looking to upgrade our 720p feed here to a 1080p feed to celebrate 100 subscribers. So we are 5 away. So if you guys would like to support us and encourage us with that,
yes, click that subscribe button
over here on YouTube. Yeah,
we are ready to push the button. We're just waiting for 5 more people. You guys could be watching in high def right now if you just subscribe. So, but sorry, it's 720p until you push that button. So, anyone who hasn't done so yet, do that. Thomas, you are drinking coffee at this time of night. You are not sleeping tonight.
Yeah. Not going to join you.
You have a snowstorm at your house, or what's going on down there?
We had quite a bit of snow coming down in the morning. Yeah, quite a bit of snow. We've had some this week, and then woke up some more, and it's good. I like it. I wasn't driving in it, so.
Yeah. We had a little bit of snow, like a millimeter, but that's it.
I think we may have gotten like 3 or 4 inches or something. I'm not sure, but
yeah,
it was enough to be substantial. It was pretty.
No, you got a fair bit more than we did. So
yeah.
Alrighty, well, should we just dive right into this?
Let's go into the Windows 11 update. Yeah.
Windows 11. So Windows 11 today has released a brand new update, and it's actually a pretty big one. I don't know if there's like anything fancy about the number that they've named it or anything like that, but there's quite a few new features that are coming with this, or that you will see very soon if you are using Windows 11. So they've introduced a big upgrade, and the first thing in it is AI powered by Bing. That's a pretty big thing that's coming to this. So everybody knows about ChatGPT and all these things now. Windows is pushing their new Bing and Edge AI, I guess is what it's called. I don't know what the official name is. And as well, introducing somehow with Skype as well, I believe.
Yeah, but who's using Skype?
Well,
sorry.
If it had AI, you might use it. You don't even have to talk. The AI can talk for you.
No, I'm good.
I'm not sure how it works with Skype, but
I don't need Skynet talking for me.
I don't think everyone has this yet. I actually tried to. There's still a waiting list for this part, but it's kind of officially rolling out. I tried to get into it today, and maybe if you're somewhere else in the world and you have this already, maybe write us a quick note. It tried to put me on the waiting list again, and I thought it was coming out. So, but it allows you to basically use AI within your search, I guess in Bing or whatever, to get results right in your search rather than having to
go to chat.
to go to chat or whatever. Yeah.
So I guess it will give more involved answers and kind of thing, I guess.
Mhm.
Like I'm still, yeah, I don't know how much different it will be from just normal being like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, yeah. No, I hear you. Well, Thomas has a good idea. Maybe you can have AI friends in Skype.
If you're really lonely, if no one
If
else
you're
is using Skype,
Yeah, it just chats with you.
that's how
not
they're going to
bad.
get users. They're just going to like fill it with AI friends, and then you can just, you know, talk to people all day on there.
Yeah, you can. It's like Second Life or something.
Yeah, this alternate reality on Skype, as if it took off as the best chat platform.
Yeah,
It was for a time. Skype was leading for a time.
I used to use it quite a bit. We used to actually on the PS2. I know you and I used Skype to chat before voice chat was in games, really.
Yeah.
So I mean, there was public voice chat in some of the games we played, but we would do our own private chat while we game.
Yeah.
Just so
that, I think it was even on the PSP for a time. I think I had it on my PSP, so that was a time.
Skype?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a time.
I feel like that was a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, back on topic.
Yeah, so anyway, that will be coming soon to a Bing browser or Edge browser near you.
Browser.
And Bing browser.
Sure.
I don't even know what it's called. Bing. Yeah.
We'll go with it.
We'll go with it. It's exciting. I'm interested to see how it goes. AI is not perfect. I know that.
No, it's not.
Yeah. All right, we'll continue on and see what else they were introducing. So they were also updating your search box. So the search box at the bottom, before when you click on it, and I actually upgraded my Windows today. When you'd click on it, it would open up a new window where you would search. Now you can search right in the search box here at the bottom. I can just type rather than you clicking on it and it opening it up. So that's kind of a neat little feature that they added in there as well.
Couldn't you do that already in Windows 10?
I don't know. It's been so long since I've used Windows
I just
10.
type and I do stuff and I do that all the time. I don't know if that's new, to be honest.
Well, it's new in Windows 11.
Yeah, I don't know.
Remove features and then bring them back, they're brand new.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm still on Windows 10. I'm not a Windows 11 user. So maybe I wasn't listening fully, but I'm like, I have that. So I'm already, I'm good.
But they did round the corners in the search here as
That's true. Mine is a box. So I actually have the true search box because mine is a box.
Yeah, I have the search bubble.
Yeah.
I don't know what the official term is, but
I know.
It looks sleeker or more modern.
Yeah, sure.
Depending on who you ask.
This is such a technical lowdown of information here, guys. This is great.
This is awesome. Honestly, I really enjoy Windows 11. I know a lot of people have complained about it. I enjoy Windows 11. I really like it.
You do, eh? Is it because everything's centered?
Well, it's because everything's nice and round and bubbly and stuff.
Okay.
I'm just joking. Well, I went back to I had to use Windows 10 for a while here on my other computer. And anyway, I was happy to get back to Windows 11.
Yeah, but so I'm kind of content to stay with 10 so that I don't know better and I just stay content and I can whatever.
It did feel like a downgrade when I went back to Windows 10.
In a couple of years, I think I'll be maybe ready for Windows 11. We're not there yet. There is some features coming up though that we're going to bring up, like this next one that is actually.
Well, I think this one's big because on my laptop, I don't have it on my desktop. On my laptop, I have my Android phone connected with it using the phone connect or whatever. But up until now, you weren't able to do that with your iPhone. And so they're introducing Phone Link for iOS. I don't even know. iOS. Is it iOS?
It's iOS.
iOS. Whatever. Shows you how long it's been since. I haven't had an iPhone since the 3GS. So
yeah, you're not an Apple guy.
No, it's not that I hate them. They're a good product. It's just not me.
No, I agree.
Anyway,
well, I feel like this kind of feature though could win some people over to some degree. Apple users to Windows actually could begin to.
Well, I think there are I think there's a ton of people with iPhones who use Windows computers.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge market.
Yeah.
Anyway, so phone link for iOS, so you'll be able to do your kind of texting there and messaging, if it's and do calls from there. And then on my with my Android, so I'm not sure which features are coming over. I'm able to look at photos from my phone as well. So we'll see if that. I'm seeing what it says here. Easier access to your photos on the iPhone with iCloud integration. So they are integrating iCloud with it as well. So that will be good for all of you iPhone users. I'm sure you know a ton of people who have iPhones that use Windows PCs.
Yeah, I think in my family, I think that is the case.
Yeah.
So it won't be the case for everyone, but I think we both may know those people.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Like I said, I think most people I know who have an iPhone still have a Windows PC. So unless like if they have an iPad, that would be different. But for an actual PC,
yeah.
Yeah.
And this feature is actually really useful. This is something that I've used with my Android phone with Windows, is being able to quickly talk with people and not have to just leave your phone to the side, and just even if it just texts people, I can see my messages there. I find it useful.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I have it, like I said, connected with my Android to my laptop. I don't have it on my desktop because I do a lot of tutorials and I don't want it popping up in the corner when I'm recording and things like that. So that's why I do it. I'm assuming Yoshi's wondering if these features are available in Windows 10.
Good question, because this already is kind of in. I'm guessing they're not going to push the iOS to Windows 10 because they want to upsell people to get on the Windows 11 platform. But the Android side of things, there's already Android for Windows 10 in part. That maybe, again, if you scroll down, there's Android stuff also getting improved. I have my doubts that'll make it to Windows 10. Maybe the Android part will make it to Windows 10 partially.
But yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that. I've never used that. You're saying you can do that on Windows 10? I've never tried on Windows 10.
Yeah, Windows 10 you can link your Android to it
with Android,
and do what they're doing here largely. But I don't know. They're talking about improving that experience for Android users. I don't know if those improvements are going to make it over to the current Windows 10. Maybe some of them, but
yeah,
I wouldn't hedge bets on it.
Yeah, I mean they'll continue updating Windows 10, but I don't know. Well, it'll be interesting to see if they add new features for sure. The other one here, this is kind of cool. So the advanced AI for broadcasting. So background effects, eye contact. I think that's similar to something we talked about a few weeks ago, where your eyes follow the camera. So you can be playing video games while talking to someone.
We're clearly not using it right now.
What?
Yeah. I don't think I want to use it, but anyway, it's a neat option.
So, I mean, there's quite a few features, and we just talked about. This is not on the list, so I'm assuming it's in a future update. Last week we talked about the RGB controls coming to Windows,
right?
And I didn't see that on this list, so I'm assuming that's something probably still in beta or coming down the road,
right? Yeah.
And then they call it a simple click to connect if you do use the Teams button there at the bottom, like a quick connect, and you kind of pop up right away with your camera on type of thing. So that's been improved. The get help with the some of these I don't want to like say for some people they're important. That to me is kind of on the boring side. I'm not.
Michael Jordan just came into my mind right now. That GIF, that one. Anyways, I actually thought this is neat because I forget this exists, and in this article they're talking about how, like, hey, if you have that relative who needs help, we've just made it easier to get into there, and they added a virtual pointer so that you can, like, even if they're controlling, you can like highlight where they should be looking.
Gotcha. Okay.
So little things like that. So if you were having to help,
That's true.
I see you
That's
smiling
true.
because now you're like,
I'm smiling because I feel like the people that I would need to help with that wouldn't be able to know to give me the information to connect with them.
that's the problem. They can't get on the quick assist here. So
So
you need to just get that one thing. You need to visit. You need to give them like an afternoon lesson on how to use it, and then after that, you don't have to go to their house anymore. And anyways,
so I'll talk like I used to do tech. I will call it a little bit of tech support for the library for people. And there was definitely a lot of people that I worked with, and no offense, because they're probably more skilled at other things than I am, but that definitely wouldn't have been able to get to the quick connect for me to help them.
Right.
So
it doesn't. It's not even on the table as an option because it's just too far along advanced for them to get to it.
Yeah.
So what should be nice and easy to use just is out of reach.
Yeah, exactly. And it would be simple things like, to me, it's simple anyway. Copying files to a thumb drive, those sorts of things were a common thing that people didn't know how to do. So again, no offense to that. I just think that there's a big demographic of people who still struggle with the basics with PCs. So,
and the problem is if they make it any easier than it is now, they open up a doorway for people to be scammed easier.
Mm-hmm.
That's the issue, is because scam companies are going to try to take advantage of these kind of tools as well. So if you make it too simple and too relaxed on security, now you got scamming issues being even more rampant than they are.
Yeah, no, I would 100% agree
with their AI voice replicating people's voices, and now they're into your So
yeah.
Yeah.
So a few more here. So your widgets is full screen, but the interesting thing is before I updated, I could get to full screen widgets. So I'm not sure how that changed.
Right. Unless
am I missing something?
Were you early? Maybe they give you like, you're one of those like cohorts of like early adopters.
I don't think so.
No. I don't know.
I'm not sure. Anyway,
all I know is I can type in my search bar and I get searches immediately. So
well, I can now too.
I just press the Windows key and start typing.
Anyway, full screen widgets if you like those. Or maybe you never use that. If you use it in tablet mode, there's like a minimizing. Now I just lost me what the bottom bar is called.
Taskbar.
Taskbar.
Is that right? Are we even techie people anymore?
I don't think so. The bar at the bottom, the bar-y thing.
Bottom bar.
The bottom bar, bar-y thing. The taskbar.
Sure.
Somebody out there who's watching, remember what that's called?
Please save us.
The little widget bar. We'll call it that. Pretty sure it's the taskbar. Oh man. We run the Tech ChitChat show. Is that what's going on here?
We're getting onto some exciting stuff here. The touch experience stuff, I don't really care about. Do you care about that?
Well, no, not really, because I don't have a. Well, I do have a Surface, so
maybe you will care about.
Maybe I will, but it just minimizes so it doesn't take up as much of the screen automatically. This one's cool.
Part. Yeah.
Finally, I should have scrolled faster.
You should have just done the whole video on this alone. This
on backwards.
Yeah.
So video recording from your snipping tool.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Screen recording. That makes a lot of sense. Other than I upgraded today, and I could not find this on there.
It was right next to. It was right next to Quick Assist. Yeah.
Yoshi's saying that we've convinced him to upgrade to Windows 11.
This is actually, but watch it make its way into Windows 10. That would be funny.
So my question though, and I didn't see this anywhere, and maybe you saw it, can you record audio with it, or is it just to show your mouse?
Good question.
Because I do a lot of screen recordings, but I record audio with it. So I'd like to know.
Even if it is just a video recording, that's a big deal, but it would be neat. Until that point, it's still like using OBS or some other third-party tool to do it if we really need to.
Well, you already have a screen recorder in Windows if you use the Xbox Game Bar or whatever it's called, I believe. So,
but being able to snip a portion quickly and to get just an area is nice.
Yeah.
That's where it's nice.
So I did watch someone do a video today, and they weren't able to record the whole screen. They had to select a portion of the screen.
For security reasons?
I'm not sure.
Right.
Like they had to draw a square on the screen, and then it was that portion, and they couldn't do the whole screen. And I don't know if it was just them having a problem or whatnot. So
right.
Yeah.
Like Thomas says, move over OBS.
The snipping tool is coming for you.
I don't think it's there yet. That's not the intention to take over OBS. Definitely not. But yeah, OBS is greatest of all time. Goated.
Well, next week we'll be streaming from the snipping tool.
Don't think it's gonna happen.
No? Okay.
Don't think it's...
We're probably 6 months at least away from that happening.
You know, really, as simple as the tool is, I use the snipping tool quite often. Do you as well?
I probably use it almost every day.
Yeah. And it's not even perfect, but it gets used all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes you snip and its own interface gets caught in the snip. You know what I'm talking about? Like
I haven't had that problem, but yeah.
Yeah,
I can understand.
Yeah, like some of the hover artifacts and like things will get caught in the snip. It's like,
oh yes, yeah, I have that.
Yeah. No, so other than that, which is kind of a fun little interesting thing, but anyway, it works pretty well for what it is.
Well, the snipping tool though, it's been upgraded in Windows 11.
Okay. I want to, while you do that, I want to give a show. Oh, it does look a bit different. Look at that.
So like, I did upgrade Windows 11, and I'm not seeing a record here. So sorry for all of you on the podcast, but like you can do like freeform, full screen mode, window mode, rectangular mode in here. Yeah. Delay the snip.
Can you make a little bit bigger on there? Want to make it a little bit bigger? It's a little hard to see, tiny bit.
Yeah, I can try.
There we go. Yes, it does look a bit nicer. I mean, it's Windows 11. I do want to give a shout out though to Screen to GIF. If you're looking for an easy way to make GIFs of things on your desktop, Screen to GIF is really, really cool. Nothing to do with Microsoft.
Was there a comment about that?
No, I just wanted to throw that in here for anybody who's looking for to capture GIFs from your screen. Screen to GIF is like the other tool that I use daily, like all the time.
You mean screen to GIF?
Let's carry on. Carrying on.
All right. I feel like this one would make you happy.
This one does. I actually wrote down a note about that.
Tabs and Notepad.
It's 2023 and Notepad got tabs.
Yay. No, it is actually a good thing.
No, I actually use, because I've been doing Linux development and their Notepad system has tabs, and I do use it. Like, this is actually very functional rather than fighting in the taskbar below for all your different open notes. It's just in the one window. This makes sense. It's a small thing, but this is kind of a big deal. So
Cody's excited about the tabs.
Yeah, this is maybe one of my top 3 highlights of this update. Between that and the snipping tool and
the snipping tool, I'm excited for.
Yeah. So these 2 things are pretty cool.
So there is some, I don't know much about this, but there is some new accessibility features, including Braille display support and enhanced voice access in key apps. So that's cool. I haven't seen a lot about this, so I'll have to look into that a little bit more, but that is cool if there's Braille display support. I actually, honestly, did you know that there was such thing as Braille displays, or is that, I'm not sure how that works.
I think I've heard of it in the past briefly, but I have not looked into it. No, I'm curious to know how that works though. That's sounds interesting.
And some new energy recommendations, making it easier for you to control your environmental impact. So I think it will help you decide what the best settings are.
My computers are not efficient. I'm already hurting this. I'm not, my computer's from like 2011, 2012, and not exactly. So anyway, I don't need it reporting me to the energy police.
Energy police.
Yeah.
Your lights dim when you turn your computer on.
Yeah. Well, that's not that bad, but
our TV flickers on and off when the bathroom fan goes.
Interesting.
I don't
Okay.
know. Thomas is going to write his homework in Notepad, so that's his English assignment.
Just don't use ChatGPT, whatever AI to write it for you.
You're not going to use.
I'm going to write it in a Notepad and copy and paste from ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
They're cracking down on that, so be careful there, Thomas.
Yeah. Too late, he says.
Anyway. All right. Harness the power of AI to find the files you need recommended in your start menu. I'm assuming that it's trying to figure out what files you'll need, and it's kind of pushing them to you. And then access the cloud, your cloud PC with the new Windows 365 app, and probably a few other small things. But those were the major ones. So pretty interesting. Usually you don't get that many updates in a Windows update.
It is pretty meaty.
It is meaty.
Yeah. Can I say that? Why are you laughing?
I'm just like, it makes sense to me calling it meaty, but
did I offend somebody? No, honestly, on the internet, things that you said 5 years ago may not be okay today. It's like, did I miss a memo? Why are you laughing? Anyway, carrying on.
I'm sure we're allowed to say meat still.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not 2024 yet.
Yeah, so I'm just laughing at yeah, so the vegans are offended because you said that, is what Yoshi's saying.
Just ignore me. We'll carry on to the tech.
All right, alrighty. So our next topic, this is kind of a fun one too. Nvidia's latest GPU drivers can upscale your old blurry YouTube videos.
Yay.
So if you have a 30 series or 30 series, 3000 series or 4000 series GPU, as of today, you can go update your drivers and get super resolution features for Chrome and Edge. So
I think it's pretty cool.
It is cool. So if you have NVIDIA control panel, let me make this bigger for you guys. Under the adjust video image settings, there's a new feature here called RTX video enhancement with super resolution. And you can select from 1 to 4 in resolution, and 4, I think, being the highest.
So have you been able to test this out yet? Has it worked for you in practice?
Well, I went over to YouTube and I saw some new, Steven disappeared there. I went over to YouTube and I watched a video. All right, there you're back. I'll bring you back.
Yeah, something happened. Yeah, carry on.
I went over to YouTube and put this in, and I'm running 1080p displays. So it gave me 1080p, but in other frame rates that I wasn't expecting. And I don't know if that had to do with it, or I did that right before the show, so I haven't really had a chance to play with it too much.
Right.
But there is a YouTube video here showing kind of the differences that you would get with RTX super resolution versus regular. Any thoughts on this? Like, what are your
I think it's just neat. I don't see why, like, it's a feature that doesn't hurt to have. It's cool. Especially for like videos from YouTube before, say from like 12 years ago, before 720p or 1080p was a thing. It might be just a neat way to just kind of enhance some of that really old content on YouTube that just make it look better. As long as it works, as well as it's shown here, I think that's pretty cool. But I want to see it in the wild. I actually want to try it for myself. If I I don't have any hardware that will work with it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll have to play around with it some more and see if I can see the settings, see the differences.
I'm curious to see how it handles like a 480p video, something that's like really old and never got.
Well,
updated.
that's half the problem. So I'm not sure. So you know how when you're watching YouTube and it gives you your maximum resolution?
Yeah.
You can so I don't think if you're not on a 4K display, I don't think you can watch in 4K if I'm not mistaken. Or if I'm mistaken. I'm not sure.
No, I think you can.
Oh, maybe.
I believe you can, depending maybe. I feel like you can.
Oh, okay.
But I would need to double check. Before
I'm probably totally wrong.
Because it kind of then works like a super sampling. It renders at a higher thing and then brings it down.
Okay.
So I believe you can, maybe not on every device, like phones and stuff may not always get that option. Maybe they lock down, but I'm not entirely sure. But I think on desktop you can render at a higher resolution and it adapts it to your screen.
Yeah.
So
Yoshi's saying he's going to screen record it with a snipping tool.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. All right. Send it my way. Let's see how that works.
Anyway, cool little feature in there. Like I said, we haven't really had the chance to play with it yet, but if you have a 30 series or 40 series, and I keep saying 30 or 40 series, I mean 3000 or 4000 series.
Yeah, Nvidia RTX
Nvidia GPU. Yeah, you should
you go check out the video from Nvidia. It's pretty neat. They show an example here. What game is this? Is it Destiny or something? Destiny 2. I don't know what it is, but they're upscaling 1080p footage to 4K footage, and yeah, it seems to work. If it's again, if it works as well as it says in the box, it's a neat thing to play with. So, and apparently it was already on the Nvidia Shield. Did you mention that already?
I didn't know, but I should have. Yeah.
So it's already been a thing. Yeah, with the Nvidia Shield, apparently it's already had positive feedback from there. So for what that's worth,
yeah,
pretty cool.
So you disappearing there for a second, and my mouse, I think my battery is dying, so my mouse is like super jumpy. So I'm struggling to click on things on my end. So between you cutting out and my mouse, we're having a fun time here in this stream.
It's okay.
We'll get it. If I start having to use like tab and stuff to get around this here, then we're in trouble.
we're not perfect. It's fine. If we were on Mac computers, it'd be a totally different story, right?
That's true.
If we were on, it's not true. We would still make mistakes.
Oh.
Hardware doesn't make you perfect.
I thought AI could just take over all this for us and do the tech chit-chat show.
We could try to let it write a script for us.
Have you ever asked? I've asked it to write a YouTube script.
Did you?
I didn't use it, but I was quite impressed with what it did. But half of the stuff that it said was not what I wanted to film anyway. But I was just curious what it would do.
Yeah,
it was actually pretty impressive. So I didn't use it.
I like how you want to be very clear about that. See, Thomas, don't do it. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Yoshi says he says I should definitely train AI about tech chit chat.
Yeah.
You're gonna do it. It's gonna turn out terrible, but it's gonna be realistic.
Yeah, robots are coming for our stream.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, our next topic is about Snapdragon 8th Gen 2 phones are the first to support built-in iSIMs.
So you're the professional on this one. I don't really know much about this area of stuff.
Well, I'm not a professional iSIMmer, but I have used eSIM. We'll call it that.
Right.
So let me pull this up here.
Yeah, we were discussing that the other weekend here.
So basically, from my understanding, an iSIM is like integrated into the processor, if I'm not mistaken. Is that how you understood this?
That's how I'm understanding. Yeah, it's embedded into the actual architecture. Yeah.
So whereas an eSIM is, so if I put an eSIM on my phone, I basically can take a photo of like a QR code and it loads that SIM information into my phone, or you can do it manually.
So there's no physical thing about it. It's all just digital.
Yes. So my phone, I have the Google Pixel Pro 7. So it takes a physical SIM and I can have an eSIM. So when we travel, I buy an eSIM and I can get cheap data in whatever country we're in.
Right.
But this is an iSIM and it's more integrated into the processor from our understanding. Now, so they're saying like providers could start supporting this. I'm not sure how, I have some, it could be a good thing. I have some kind of apprehension about it. I feel like we're moving backwards in technology.
Right.
So
now, you used to sell phones, right? Back in the day.
yeah, back like in my teenage years or young adulthood, I sold cell phones, and the ones I sold were CDMA phones, which had a serial number. And to switch phones, you put in the serial number in the computer, and then the network would switch it over to that phone, or you could call in and they would switch it. And the competition had, I believe they were TDMA phones, which took SIM cards in them. And I always thought the SIM card was better because you could just pull the SIM card out and put it in another phone, and that
Right.
phone would start working. So
Right.
it was nice when you buy a new phone now, you just take the card out, put it in a new phone, and it starts working.
Right.
And the same with eSIMs. I can just reprogram my eSIM. I'm okay with an iSIM as long as us as a consumer can switch it ourselves. Because back when I sold cell phones and we had to do it manually, we charged the customer like $35 to switch phones. Or if you called into the network, you'd have to wait on hold for an hour. And I just want everybody, when they get a new phone, just wants it running right away. You don't want to have to wait or pay for that switch over to happen. So I'm okay with an iSIM as long as it's still free to switch phones.
Right.
Because otherwise I feel like we're just moving backwards.
Right. Now, it could be a good fit having like just the iSIM and the eSIM as a combo. I guess that would still make sense because the eSIM is just
Mhm.
digital. So I feel like that's fine.
Well, the nice thing about an eSIM is you can continually change it. So
Yeah.
right now I have a US eSIM in my phone, but then if I go to Europe, I can put a European eSIM in. I can just keep switching it out. Whereas if it's burnt in or
Baked in.
baked in, I guess, to
Yeah.
the processor, I don't think you can change that, and that's what I'm
Right.
worried about.
Right.
So I need to learn more about iSIM, but
Yeah.
to me, eSIM seems better, but I could be wrong.
No, that seems like a very valid concern. Yeah, because if you say if it's going backwards and then they start phone companies start charging again for simply changing your number when you could do that yourself,
Mhm.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know enough about it to really. I just kind of get a phone and don't know what's going on, and yeah.
But
But
for yourself, if you go buy a new phone, isn't the preferred method that you can get it up and running yourself rather than having to call into a network?
that'd be ideal.
Yeah, I think so too. It's you either switch the chip or you download the new eSIM information and it works. So as long as the process is simple again,
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. But
Yeah, and we're at a time now where that online those processes weren't there when you were selling phones at that time.
no, they weren't. So
So
yeah,
maybe it's fine now.
it could be for sure. So
Yeah.
we will see how that progresses for sure. Alrighty. Well, we have one last topic, which is kind of weird to me.
I like it.
So apparently there's a YouTube video that causes Pixel phones to instantly reboot. And I saw this article yesterday and I was like, should I try it? Because people were saying their phone would crash. And then I'm like, no, I don't want to. I didn't want to. But yeah, kind of interesting. So apparently, as of today, people are reporting it's not a problem any longer. But yeah, do you want to kind of explain this a little bit?
So I don't, if I'm understanding correctly, it's not 100% sure as to why this was happening. It's suspected it could be related to the video being 4K HDR. It could be related to like a technology in the phone supporting HDR that just kind of chokes on that specific whatever the codec was there. It may just choke on it for whatever weird bug and cause the phone to reboot at that point. If the software gets an unexpected something, it can just, who knows what can happen. So apparently this is something like this has happened before. This article also mentions a cursed wallpaper that could also do something similar, and there was something due to a color space bug.
Yes, and that was on Android devices as well, apparently.
So that could be what it is. It could be getting
On
color information.
Samsung Exynos phones.
Yeah. So there could be a bug in how it handles the color space code, and maybe it overflows. I don't know. Part of me though is, did they fix the problem here, or did they just quietly update the video footage to get around the problem?
Yeah,
You know?
no, for sure. The article talks about they're thinking that it's likely they disabled or enabled code paths without pushing an update. So there's, who knows?
Yeah.
What happened? So we didn't mention which video it was. It was a 4K HDR clip of Alien, the 1979 movie Alien. So a clip of that was doing it, and it was not just one person. It was plenty of people, and some people couldn't make phone calls after, and they'd have to reboot it to get it to work. And I did see on a different website they tried it out as well, and sure enough, it crashed. So
computer hardware can be really finicky, and just there's a lot going on. And it can be as simple as maybe the thing causes something to overheat all of a sudden for some reason. It's trying to decompress a codec, and it does it wrong, and it causes things to just like freak out and burn out, like run. I don't know. Which brings me to a side note. Back in the day of PS1, guys were programming Crash Bandicoot, and they found a hardware bug with the PS1 that they had to kind of talk back and forth with the techs from Sony, who said, no, nothing's wrong. And the guys over at Naughty Dog found a hardware bug because they were running the console too fast, and it caused an arc between components.
Oh, okay.
So there's just, this is like, hardware can do things that when it gets pushed to a limit, it can do things the engineers don't expect. So
yeah,
just random things. So yeah,
interesting. Thomas is saying it reminds him of when you could send GIFs or GIFs on Discord and it would crash it.
Yeah, that's actually a good example.
Yeah,
it's actually a good example. Like that, you don't know why, but it does make sense. At the end of the day, there is a reason.
When someone asks me if I say GIF or GIF, I always say the opposite of what they say.
Wait, so Thomas, are you saying that when you send a GIF to your friend?
No, it was a GIF. It was a GIF.
No. He sends a GIF to his buddy to purposely crush his Discord. Is that what you're doing, Thomas? You can like send out mass GIFs to crash people's Discord. GIF.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Because I always say the opposite, because I can never remember which one I like until as soon as I start saying them. They both sound right.
GIF like giraffe.
GIF.
Oh, he says my brother sent it to him originally. What? Which brother? Uncle Daniel? That's fine.
That sounds like brotherly love to me. I'll have to go have a talk with them.
Oh, then Yoshi says there used to be a way to send GIFs videos with dynamic sizes, then it would move the chat from resizing. Guess that got fixed.
We've got a bunch of hackers here today in this watching the show. Way to tick off your friends, guys.
Hey, we are looking for 100. How many more people do we need for 100 subscribers?
I think 5. And like we're ready to flick the switch here. Do we let them in on the secret?
Yeah.
The secret is we already have paid for the upgrade to 1080p. We just aren't turning it on until we get to 100 subscribers. So come on, people, subscribe.
This is
and
like
you'll get to watch us in 1080p.
This is like
as long as our internet connection can handle it.
Yeah, today I cut out for a little bit. We'll see if it handles that. It reminds me of like the games that have like the DLC on disc. It's there. You have to pay to unlock it. That's what we're kind of doing.
Yeah. Okay, Thomas says it's pronounced
GIF.
And I still don't even know what that means. Is that GIF or GIF?
It is the Canon. It is by Canon. It's GIF. It's Canon.
Like Canon camera is Canon?
No. As in like story Canon is that it's GIF. Okay. You look into it, it's GIF.
Okay. Well, it's GIF.
Okay.
GIF. I don't know.
You're writing.
I can never remember. You know, to be 100% honest, I say I still don't know what this means. G underscore
GIF.
I underscore F. I still don't even know which one I say. I just whatever comes out. It's different every time, I think.
Is it one of the things you don't speak about at the dinner table at like family functions?
No,
politics.
you just say it really quickly.
Politics and GIF.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we do have a question of the day, and I'm actually kind of curious on the answer on this one. Would you like to go ahead and ask it, Stephen?
Yeah. Which Windows are you guys on? Are you on Windows 10 or 11? If you're on 10, are you pushing towards 11? How far long, like how much longer can you hold out? I'm good for another 2 years, maybe. But how long you guys get for holding out?
On all your PCs, they're Windows 10?
Yeah, we have one Windows 11 computer in the house. That's because Microsoft made a mistake and there was a glitch in their system and it offered the update one day. And I said, okay. And then the glitch was gone, but Windows 11 stayed. I
did read about that.
Yeah. So that affected our one computer here. And it was like, yeah, that's neat. So I kind of wish it affected all my computers, but you know, it was just the one. Yeah. So
I have, out of my computers, 3 of them are Windows 11 and 2 are Windows 10.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and there's no need to really get them all on 11.
No.
Yoshi saying that he'll stay a few more years with Windows 10, I guess.
He has no, so he's all on Windows 10.
That sounds like a hard no. There will be no Windows 11 in this house.
Thomas, Windows 11. You're considering
going to 10.
I think I have an old Vista installation disk here if you want to try that out. There,
yeah, give that to Thomas. He'll love it.
Or it was like an upgrade from Vista or something like that.
And Cody says he says Windows 11 is great.
Okay, so he's on Windows 11.
Yeah, Cody's on 11.
Yeah. I don't see his comment here, so is he?
Oh,
how come I missed it? Oh, it's way up there. We missed you at the beginning. That's why I missed it. Windows 11. It's great.
I was gonna do that. You beat me to it. Anyways,
there we go. Awesome. Well, yeah, I like Windows 11, and really happy with it. So now we have new features there for you, Cody. You can use your snipping tool to record clips for Stephen. So
I have a bonus question of the day.
Sure.
Is it GIF or GIF?
And don't just do GIF because we don't know what you're saying.
Graphical.
A for GIF, B for GIF.
I can't remember what it stands for. I once knew, maybe at some point. Interchangeable format, graphical interchange format or something. Anyway.
All right.
Enough arguing.
Man, how did we get C for both?
C for both. A KIF? Or is it SIF?
Oh, man. All right. Well, should we wind it up there?
Yeah.
We'll wrap it up there. Sorry for all of you who had to make your time through that and listen to all that nonsense. So any final thoughts there, Stephen?
Any final thoughts? Yeah, I'm looking forward to the 100 subscribers and coming back with 1080p here. And if you guys do let us know if you would prefer us to stream in the mornings or evenings, what are times that you guys are actually around for live streams? If you wanted to try, for those who usually can't make it and you'd like to take along and join the comments, let us know what times work for you. Weekends and evenings, let us know.
Yeah.
So.
I'm hovering over the 1080p button right now, but I'm not pushing it.
Don't do it.
And yeah, so maybe it's backfiring. Maybe people don't want to see us in high def. So
Yeah, like Thomas.
Yeah.
He's probably considering going back to 480p.
Yeah. So just back on this, Yoshi says A, but I can't remember which one I said was A. So we're just going to leave it at that. So thank you everyone for watching and listening. Remember to like and subscribe, and you can check us out on your favorite podcasting platform. Until next time, have a wonderful evening and take care. Bye-bye.
See you guys.